What is going on, YouTube? Rides here back with another video, and today I'm here with another YouTuber, MG5 Sports. I've known him for about 2 years now, and yeah, he just started a YouTube channel this year in 2023. So I'll leave his link in the description and comment so you can go check him out. He makes similar content, but he just mixes it up with other sports like football, basketball, UFC slash MMA. Um, and boxing, of course. So today we're going to be breaking down and giving our predictions on Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, the mega fight. But before we get into that, MG5, say what's up to the guys.
What's good, YouTube subscribers? How y'all doing, man? Hope y'all doing well. And hey, man, I'm excited for this super fight right here, man. A generational type of fight, a throwback fight, and it's going down, man. I can't wait, y'all. I truly can't wait. July 29th, Saturday night, fight night is going down, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is going down. All right. So starting off, man. Let's get into some fighter profiles, man. Now, Terence Crawford, obviously the switch hitter from Omaha, Nebraska. He has a 74-inch arm reach. He's 5'8". Um, Terence Crawford, man, great fighter. He's fought in three different weight classes, became champion in three different weight classes. And overall has dominated everything that's been put in front of him. You know what I mean? From the beginning of his career to here, you know, it all started when he knocked out Alejandro Sanabria in the sixth round of their WBO NABO lightweight title, which was vacant. And then he went over and traveled to the UK, Scotland, and fought Ricky Burns in his home country and beat him to win his first world title, the WBO world lightweight title. After that, he'd fight Yuriorkis Gamboa. I wouldn't really rank this win too high because Gamboa jumped up two weight classes to fight him, which is pretty much unheard of right now in boxing. But I will give him credit for the Thomas Delorme fight. Delorme gave him some problems, and it was an even matchup. You know, I'd say Delorme was up 3 rounds to 2 at the time of the stoppage, but it was a great fight. After that, Terence Crawford did not do much of anything until he did fight Victor Posto, where he made on-the-fly adjustments, and he was able to, overall, I think that may have been one of Crawford's best performances, but also that was the last time that a Crawford opponent would see the distance until now. The distance, and that streak is still ongoing. After that, he was able to pick up some more titles in the super lightweight division, go on to defeat Julius Ondongo by knockout in the third round to become undisputed. And in his next fight, he'd move up to fight Jeff Horn for the WBO welterweight title. After that, a lot of mediocre slash nothing fights have happened in his career, or like washed up guys, unproven guys. Like you have guys with good records like Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, EJ Velasquez. Those guys, they were all undefeated at the time, but you know what I mean. We all know, you know, Crawford was the heavy favorite. But he also did fight a few washed guys like Amir Khan, Kell Brook, and Sean Porter. But it's still, you know, I still have to give Crawford credit for beating those guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's Terence Crawford. Mike, you want to break down Spence? Yo, Mike,
Yeah,
you want to break down Spence?
yeah, I got you, bro. My bad.
You good? You good?
So, hey, we got the whoo. Man, we got the other champion, the unified champion of the welterweight division, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. A southpaw, about 5'9.5", 72-inch reach. He resides in Texas, uh, DeSoto, Texas, and his birthplace was actually New York. You know what I mean? But he was raised in Texas, and For Errol Spence Jr., he started boxing at a young age. I believe he won his Golden Gloves, and he went on in the amateurs, had a pretty good amateur background, and he also went to the Olympics and got to represent the United States. Turned pro in 2012, and then since then, he's been at the welterweight division. That's what's crazy. Like, he's been at 147 his whole career. Most fighters, when they when they get big or they know that their body's changing, they move up. But Spence, I believe, when he fought like in the Olympics, was welterweight. When he turned pro, welterweight, and maybe even in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? So he's been at 147 his whole career, and I think some of his marquee fights, I would say, before becoming champion, you know, I think the Chris Algieri fight was a good fight for him, and then the one after that with Leonard Bindu or whatever Bindu. And then he went off to the UK and fought Kell Brook to become the IBF champion. And that's something that him and Crawford have in common. They both went to the UK to win a belt. They went on the road. So, after beating Kell Brook, I would say some of his good wins, stopping Carlos Ocampo, being the first one to stop him in the first round, boxing up Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, and then obviously Spence. He had the car accident. He had some trials along the way. He's still here as the unified champion. He had the eye injury where he had to get surgery, and ever since then, man, he fought Danny Garcia, Eudenis Ugas, and he's been fighting world champions. You know what I mean, or former champions, and he's been collecting the belts at 147, and now here he is on a collision course with Terence Bud Crawford. So I truly can't wait for this one, man. I truly can't wait for this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It will be a great, fun fight. One of the things I'd like to talk about is what each boxer has to do to win. I'll cover Terence Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford's going to want to have to make this fight a distance battle. He's going to want to not get inside with Errol Spence. Errol Spence uses a lot of tactics like clawing, holding, all sorts of things like that to hurt his opponents on the inside. If Crawford wants a chance to win this fight, what he's going to have to do is he's going to want to stay behind the jab, fight behind the jab. He's going to want to make sure that Spence can't get on the inside easily. So whether that's using a straight or whether that's circling around, as we've seen him do. Errol Spence is a very pressure front-footed fighter. Like I said, he likes to use his arms. He likes to use pivots. He likes to, use all sorts of tactics to brutalize his opponent on the inside. If you don't let him get on the inside, all of that obviously is not there. And I'd like to say that we have not seen Errol Spence box, like in a boxing match. We may have seen him box for a round or so, but we haven't seen him in a true boxing match. So if Terence Crawford is able to turn this into a boxing match where he can get, a few shots in and move around the ring and go, then that's going to be good for him. He's obviously, like I said, stay behind the jab. He doesn't want to get caught by Spence's signature 4-3 left hook, right hook to the body. He's gonna just want to keep his distance, fight from a distance, and score points while being on the outside and circling around the ring. He may also want to try to switch stances, go from orthodox to southpaw and try to figure out what works for him. So I think that if Terence Crawford wants to win this fight, he's going to have to do those things, and he's going to have to land. He's going to have to figure out what stance is right for him first, and he's going to want to go with that for, the rest of the fight. But he's gonna, he's got to try different things, give Spence different looks that he hasn't seen in his career up to this point. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, sir, man. I like those points. For Terrence Bud Crawford. Now for Errol Spence Jr., like my boy was saying, you know what I mean? We have not really seen Spence in a boxing match like that for all of the 12 rounds. I think the closest thing that I would say, the closest fight that I would say is probably Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia was a boxer, and Spence kind of outboxed him, but he roughed him up by getting on the inside too and picking and choosing what he wanted to do. But I think the keys to victory against Terence Bud Crawford is gonna be Spence has to control the rhythm and the pace of the fight, and he's gonna have to do that early. Terence Bud Crawford, he takes time to download information. Like he takes his time. You know what I mean? Like the first 3, 4 rounds, he's not really throwing that many punches. He's taking his time, as a counter puncher, like how he is. And I think Spence, that's the time where Spence needs to get up in his face. I do think Crawford is the better boxer, but I think Spence has the better jab. And Spence has multiple ways to get on the inside. And I think, if he can use that jab and hit Crawford with a good shot, I think he can get on the inside and do what he does. The great body work, pivoting, switching up the angles, going up and going to the body, going up and down. I think he can wear down on Terence Crawford if the pace of the fight, if it's like a fast and high paced, you know what I mean? If it's a fast, high paced fight, I believe Errol Spence Jr. will wear out Terence Crawford. And something that we've seen from Sean Porter, we know how and he likes to get on the inside and fight at a high pace. He had Terence Crawford a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning of their fight. And then Crawford, downloaded the information, made the adjustments as a great fighter, like he is. And he did what he had to do to win that fight. But I think if Porter can cause concerns or make Crawford uncomfortable, then I believe Spence can too. And Spence is a harder puncher than Porter, and he goes to the body more, and he's bigger. So I think he can overwhelm Crawford a little bit if he can get on the inside, close the distance, cut off the range, cut off the ring, and if he can turn this into like a dog fight, instead of like a I think they're going to box. Spence is going to box with him to test out the skills, but I think Spence needs to turn this into a dog fight real early. Like he's going to have to get in Terence Crawford's face. The fight's going to have to be high pace, fast, and Spence is just going to have to be himself, man. That's what I think he's going to have to do to win this fight.
Right, right. Now, with all of that being said, it's that time. Let's get to our final predictions. Mike, what is your final prediction on this fight? Or, do you want to let me go first? Or
You can go first. You can go first, man. This is a true 50-50 fight, man. This is it's real tough, bro. I got a lot of mixed thoughts about this.
right, right. Now, me personally, I can see this fight going two ways. I could see Crawford straight up outclassing Errol Spence throughout 12 rounds. If he's able to do what I said and just, stay on the outside, use his jab, fight behind the jab, use the straight, just not let Spence get in. And when he does get in, let Spence taste the power that Crawford has, because that's another point. We haven't seen Spence against anyone, with, significant power, I'd say. And I want to say Crawford has the Tank Davis one-punch KO power. Crawford has the power that he'll stun you, go, follow up and get a TKO type of power. And I don't think that Spence is seeing anything like that in his career. So if Crawford's able to do that, make Spence taste the power, maybe knock him down in the early rounds, create some type of doubt in Spence's head, then I can see that happening. But the more realistic prediction that I'm going to go with is Crawford and Spence having a little bit of a boxing match, mainly, a wrestling / inside bout. And I think Crawford can, I believe that Crawford will be able to win an 8-4 type of decision, with both men having, trading great rounds and, testing each other and pushing each other to their highest limit. So that's my prediction. Crawford wins 116-112. What about you, Mike?
For my final fight prediction, it's real tough for me, man, because I feel like for Terence Bud Crawford, man, it's his counter punching skills and being able to switch up, a switch hitter, and that killer instinct, man. Just overall, his killer instinct. Like, he does not have that one punch knockout power, but he's like the best finisher in boxing. If he gets you hurt, Terence Crawford will get you out of there. And that's the only thing that kind of like that, he's a dog, man. And I feel like when a dog gets hurt, what are they gonna do? They're gonna come right back at you. So I think in this fight we're gonna get a little bit of everything. We're gonna see everything. We're gonna see them box, we're gonna see them fight on the inside, we're gonna see them trade, we're gonna see them brawl, we're gonna see them counter punch. It's gonna be everything. I think both men are gonna hit the canvas. Both men may even, there's gonna be blood, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's gonna come down to who wants it more, the heart and the spirit. Like, who really wants it more, man? And my final fight prediction, it's tough, man. It's real tough. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is a dog, but I just think the something about Errol Spence Jr., man, you can't deny this brother right here. Like, I know Spence has not fought a guy like Crawford, but Crawford has not seen a guy like Spence either, like the willpower and the spirit. Like, this dude is still here after a car crash and the eye injury. He's still a unified champion. He got 3 belts. If it wasn't for Spence getting these belts, this fight would not be undisputed. So, the brother is still here. And, I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. But I got Errol Spence Jr., man. I got him. I think his will is gonna be something different. I think if Crawford does not control the fight from the beginning, the pace of it, then I think Spence will overwhelm him and break him. And I got Errol Spence Jr. winning this fight with the 11th round stoppage. Y'all heard me, man. Errol Spence Jr. The truth will stop Bud Crawford in the 11th round.
Yo. Oh man, yo, Mike, man, we'll see, man. I personally, I can't see Errol Spence stopping Bud Crawford, man. I can't see it, bro. We will see, man. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think, yeah, because I don't think he get like a doctor stoppage TKO. Spence didn't stop Danny Garcia, didn't stop Porter. Yeah, man. I'm just not sure on that, man. We will see, man. We will see, bro. But
Styles makes fights, man. Styles makes fights. Now, with the Danny Garcia fight, that was his first fight off the car crash. So that wasn't Errol Spence at his full, you know what I'm saying? Now, with the Sean Porter one, they was both on the inside just going at it. Terence Crawford ain't no inside fighter now. I just think Styles makes fights. And the way Spence fights, the cardio, the pace, the pressure, he's coming at you rounds 1 through 12. You know what I'm saying? He could break you, man, with the body shots and all that. It could happen. I don't know. I mean, I think it could happen, bro. Real talk. Real talk. And if your boy gets undisciplined, hey, something might happen, bro.
hey, yes, sir, man. We will see. We will see. Um, and obviously it's boxing, and this nigga Spence can go out there and do Crawford like Carlos Ocampo, for all we know. But
And
uh,
I will say this.
mhm.
I do think Crawford is probably, obviously Spence has not faced nothing like that before. It's going to be the best boxer that Spence has seen. And Crawford is just a dog, bro, a straight up dog. But I
Right.
do think Spence, he's probably going to be the hardest puncher that Crawford has seen or faced. And Spence does not get tired, bro. He has that cardio. So, it goes both ways, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mike. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, subscribe to MG5 Sports or Mike, as we all know him by. On YouTube, I will leave his link in the description and the comments. Mike, you have anything else to say?
Nah, man, I ain't really got nothing else to say. Make sure y'all buy the pay-per-view and tune in, man. It's gonna be fireworks July 29th, and that's all I could really say, man. And oh yeah, make sure y'all hydrating and y'all stretching. That's very important right now. It's hot out here, man. It's hot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.